Hello friends, welcome to Chemistry Works. In this video, I will discuss two component system. You know, melting point. But in this lecture, you will know congruent melting point, incongruent melting point, the keywords like eutectic, peritectic, etc. So, before starting the two component system, we will enter into the topic starting with the one component system. You know, the Gibbs phase rule for one component system, that is F is equal to 2 plus C minus P, or we can write this F plus P is equal to 2 plus C. Okay, when component C is equal to 1, we have F plus P is equal to 3. So the degree of freedom and the number of phases will be equal to 3. And for any system, the minimum number of phases is equal to P minimum is equal to 1. Okay, so the F is equal to 3 minus 1, that is 2. So when phase is minimum, degree of freedom is maximum. As you know, when degree of freedom increases, the number of phases decreases, and vice versa. When the number of phases increases, the degree of freedom decreases. So for one component system, the maximum degree of freedom is 2, and you know the phase of any system cannot be 0. The minimum number of phases cannot be 0, because when the phase will be 0, there will be no system. So if maximum is equal to 2 for one component system, and if minimum will be equal to 0. So when f is equal to 0, the degree of freedom is equal to 0, then phase is equal to 3. So P maximum is equal to 3. Okay. So when degree of freedom is minimum, number of phases is maximum. When the degree of freedom is maximum, the number of phases is minimum. Okay. And for maximum degree of freedom, that is 2. This is one is temperature and another is pressure. The two variables are taken for the one component system when the number of phases is equal to 1, and you know the plot of the one component system, we have read the water system and the sulfur system. So when the only one phase is there, say liquid phase, okay, one phase is there, so the degree of freedom is 2, and the graph we have plotted for the water system, you know, like this. This is the pressure versus temperature, and this is the triple point. This is the triple point, okay, and at triple point this is 3 phases coexist. So degree of freedom F is equal to 0. Where F is equal to 0, it is called invariant. And if you take any point on this line, okay, this is 2 phase equilibrium. So this is solid, liquid, and this is vapor. So this is two phase equilibrium. So any point on this line, the degree of freedom will be if is equal to 1. And if we consider the liquid, say this is pure liquid in this system, then the degree of freedom is 2. And to define this phase, we take the help of pressure and temperature. Now let us consider the two component system when C is equal to 2. Then we have F plus P is equal to 2 plus 2, that is 4. So the degree of freedom F maximum will be when the P minimum, and P minimum is 1, so F maximum will be 3, and F minimum, that will be 0 when P maximum is equal to 4. Okay, so when minimum number of phases are there, that is 1, the degree of freedom is coming to be 3. So when degree of freedom is 3, we have 3 variables, that is the pressure, temperature and concentration. So if we take the example for the system, it contains 2 components, say water plus alcohol or salt plus water system. Okay, and in this system what happens when the 2 components mix, it forms one phase. Okay, one homogeneous phase. Water plus alcohol, this forms homogeneous, and salt plus water homogeneous, but there are 2 components. So to plot the graph, we have to need the pressure, temperature and the composition to plot the graph. Okay, and basically we are studying the graph in the 2-dimensional paper. So in 2-dimensional paper, the study of the 3-dimensional plot is quite difficult. So, but we have to devise certain system. So then we can have the when 2 components system. In 2 component system, we have different possibilities. Say there will be solid equilibrium, solid liquid equilibrium, solids gas equilibrium, and liquid equilibrium, liquid gas equilibrium, and okay. So these are different probabilities of equilibrium in 2 component system: solid liquid, solid gas, liquid. So considering this, if in the equilibrium the gaseous component will be absent, then there will be no contribution of the pressure. If the gaseous component will be absent, there will be no contribution of the pressure. So we have the 3 variables, P, T and concentration. The P becomes constant. Okay, so P will be constant for this solid liquid equilibrium and liquid equilibrium. So when P will be constant, our the Gibbs phase rule, F is equal to 2 plus C minus P will be equal to, this will be minus 1. The pressure remains constant, so it is subtracted. So condition imposed. So it will be 1 plus C minus P. So F is equal to 1 plus C minus P when pressure remains constant, and when pressure remains constant, this is called the condensed Gibbs phase rule. Condensed Gibbs phase rule. Okay. So for condensed Gibbs phase rule, we study the solid liquid equilibrium and liquid liquid equilibrium, where gaseous component is not there. Gaseous phase is not there. Okay. So this is the condensed phase rule, and we will study this. So when we are mixing two components, solid liquid, let us consider the solid liquid equilibrium. So in solid liquid equilibrium, this equilibrium is based upon the miscibility in molten state. Okay, the miscibility in molten state. So there are different probability and possibilities. The two components are completely miscible. Okay, the two components we have taken A and B. Okay, so the two components may be completely miscible, and the two components are partially miscible, and the two components are immiscible. Okay, so there are three different possibilities when we are mixing two components based on the nature of solid phase that separate out during cooling. Okay, based on the nature of solid phase that separate out during cooling, the system of this one, okay, is further classified into different categories. The first category is the U take T. Okay, the two components do not form any compound. The two components A and B, when they mix, they do not form any compound. That means they do not react chemically, and on solidification they form an intimate mixture that is called a low melting mixture known as a U-take. So this is a key word, and in the next video we will study the U-take. So again, the next possibility, the two components enter into chemical combination. A and B, when mixed, they enter into chemical combination forming new compound, say A plus B tends to AB, and the new compound forming new compound with congruent melting point. So what is congruent melting point? You are very much acquainted with melting point, but for the first time we will be coming across this congruent melting point. So the congruent melting point, that is the compound is stable up to melting point. Okay, the compound formed AB, if we heat it, then it will be stable up to melting point. At melting point, it will dissociate. Okay. Then next category, the two compounds enter into the chemical combination forming compound with incongruent melting. Okay. So what is incongruent melting point? The two components form solid compound, that is AB, which decomposes before melting point. The compound is formed, and if we heat it, then this compound will be decomposing before attaining the melting point. When it decomposes before attaining the melting point, it is called congruent melting point. The two components are completely miscible in the solid state and yield a series of solid solution. Okay, so the two components mix completely and form solid solution. Okay, so you know solid solution. The best example I have already given, that is the alloys, your gold and copper alloy. Okay, the two components are partially miscible in the solid state and forms stable solid solution. Okay, the two components are partially miscible in solid state, and form stable solid solution. And the two components, the fifth category, the two components form solid solution with peritectic. So eutectic and peritectic, the two different key words. So peritectic, that is the compound is stable up to the transition temperature. The transition at transition temperature it will transform to other form. Okay. So in this topic, you know different keywords, new words, congruent melting point, the incongruent melting point, eutectic, peritectic. Okay. And in the next video, I will discuss the eutectic, the simple eutectic. The two compounds, the two solids enter the two compounds. The two components do not form compound, and on solidification, so that means we have taken two solids and let us heat it. Then when we heat it, the two compounds will melt. The two solids will melt, and at melting point they become soluble in fusion state. So when it will be cooled, then solidification they will form a intimate mixture that is called the eutectic. The eutectic is also known as the lower melting point mixture. Okay. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and give your like and comments in the comment box and share among your friends. Thank you.